start welcoming them. Okay, we are recording. I'm admitting in the masses. Jeffrey, we are live streaming.
Hey, great. So we have the people coming on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, welcome all of you, Facebook family, to Wake Up Everybody virtual community. My name is Jeffrey Vincent Noble, and I will be discussing with you a topic that is very, very, very interesting, can be stimulating, and you can talk about all day. And that is that we were all born originals, and I'm inviting you to consider not dying a copy. So once again, my name is Jeffrey Noble. If you don't have anything with you, make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper, maybe something to drink, and a seatbelt, because we're gonna be going through stuff very, very quickly. I have a half an hour to give you 8 hours worth of information, and but we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this, and you're gonna leave here with some ideas, some ways to do self-reflection, and some ways just to continue to prepare to find and live your purpose. Is that okay with y'all? Is that okay with you, Adam?
It's all right with me.
All right. It's okay with you, Jenna? Yeah, it means I saw a thumb go up. I didn't hear a voice, but I saw a thumb go up. Okay, there you go. Yes, we are good.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Jeffrey Noble, Jeffrey Vincent Noble. I am the founder of a company called The Noble Touch, which is one of the most loving companies in the world, where we have people who are serving the community. I welcome you to Wake Up Everybody. I welcome you here. This is my first time here, and I hope to be able to share information with you that will help change your life and give you some ideas about how to change your life, and also give you things to think about. My topic today is going to be, once again, if you don't already have it, get a piece of paper and a pencil. There may be a few things you want to take notes on. In addition to that, the way it's going to work out is I have 3 things I want to cover. Number 1, as you know, the title is You Were Born an Original, Don't Die a Copy. So 3 things I want to go over is, what do I mean by you were born an original? What do I mean, don't die a copy? And what happened in between there? If you were born an original, how did you even become a copy? We'll look at that. And then we'll do some self-reflection questions I'm going to give you that you will be able to answer and think about on your own, basically, and to help you begin to release or unfold what the problems or challenges may be if you have not been living the life of an original per se, or moving towards originality, which means that you would have audacious authenticity. And I tell you what that means later on. Audacious authenticity. That's what I would like everyone to have coming into 2022. But let me get started. Once again, piece of paper, pencil, drink of water, and let's go. So the question is, I said you were born an original, so don't die a copy. And I've been saying this for a number of years on my various speaking engagements. So the first question should be, well, what's an original? See, I believe that we were all loaded and coated with divine stuff, with divine energy when we came here, that we were loaded and coated with it with a purpose, that all this came with us. All this came with us from the very beginning. And that we are all unique. There will never be another Regina rather, never be another Adam, there will never be another you, no matter what. That we all unique expressions of God's creation or the Creator's creation. And that we have to, as people, begin to realize that and operate from that reality and not allow humanity to overshadow our divinity. See, one of the challenges that our humanity overshadow our divinity, and then we get lost in becoming more human than spiritual. Did I say something there? We end up becoming more human than spiritual. Yet we always quote that we are spiritual beings having a human beings having a spiritual have you a spiritual being having a human experience? So once again, we have to recognize and operate from these things. Now, once again, when I say you're original, I mean that you came with everything you need, every single thing you've ever needed to create whatever you wanted to create in this lifetime, you came here with. So what happened? Where's the gap? What happened was that there were people, situations, environments that came into our lives and told us what we could do, what we couldn't do, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. If you think about it, you were conditioned to win from the very beginning. Think about the past. When a child is born and they are birthed, assuming a healthy baby, they learn to crawl on their own. They learn to scoot forward on their own. They learn to turn on the back on their own. They learn to pull up on the crib on their own. They learn to get out the crib sometime on their own. They learn to walk on their own. All these things, and every step of the way, your parents are encouraging that. They're encouraging that. So that's success, 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 success. A whole string of successes from the time you're born, because you're still in that genius state. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, you couldn't even learn language right now the way you did when you were a child. You learn language automatically when you were a child. No one had to teach you anything. If you've been around children, you've seen them string together sentences and almost just whole paragraphs almost of things that made sense, where we thought that they couldn't do that because the geniuses are awake inside of us. So once again, what happens is that we already have it in us. And then as you get older and older, your parents begin to infuse you or embed you or continue to feed you their beliefs, their fears, their doubts, their worries, their struggles. Now, of course, their parents also that feed you the good stuff, the joy, the happiness, the courage, the confidence. So it's a matter of both, but the fact of the matter is our environment begin to start to put a damper or dim our lights some. In most cases, it dims our lights some. Also, you go to school, your teachers are saying things. You watch the news is saying things. You watch TV programs are saying things. You have friends, your friends are saying things. No one I know of that smoke a cigarette right now started off smoking a cigarette because they wanted to necessarily. Most people saw other people smoking, thought it was cool, and they wanted to fit in. And so they begin to start smoking. So many of us along the way have decided to copy someone else. And it's okay to copy someone if you're copying the right people, to copy someone else's behaviors, thoughts, attitudes, beliefs, and values. So who we are today is not even probably one half of who we could be if we would just type into the divinity in ourselves and let that express itself through the universe. And that's what a lot of us see. A lot of you are very, very talented. You have all the talent you need to create whatever you want to create. But do you have the guts to fail is the question. Do you have the guts to fail? Because sometime moving forward, you may run into what people call failure. I don't believe in failure, but I use the words, that's the word people are common with. But personally, I don't believe in failure. Just my side note on that one. But people are afraid to fail. If you are not living your dreams, there's a chance that you're going to die a copy. Either you live in your dreams or you live in your fears. So which one is it for you? So the way we became a copy, basically, it's not our fault. I'll give it to you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that all of us have become a copy to some extent. And maybe some of you are blessed and you're not a copy at all. But it is now your responsibility. It is now your responsibility to do something about it. Okay. And once again, I want you to think about it for a moment and write down some people you receive some conditioning from. Write down some people or some situations that have affected your thinking. It could be in a positive way or a negative way, but just write it down. Was it a teacher? Was it a religious leader? Was it a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a mate, period? Was it an experience you had in school? Were you embarrassed somewhere and you decide you'll never speak in public again? I mean, suppose you got up in school and you were taunted because you made a mistake in a presentation in the school. You will develop probably some anxiety, fear, or phobia of speaking in front of a group because you were totally hammered and embarrassed because you stammered while you were speaking in front. And this could be in the second grade. Then your whole life, you have been stuck and afraid to speak because of that one experience. So I'm saying we were born to be able to do all these things, especially you were born original. Also, when I think about being born original, you realize that you don't have the fingerprints that you have, right? No one else has your set of fingerprints. You are God's masterpiece. So all the conditions that you've had in the past that have got you where you are today, not just you where we are today, because I'm not exempt from this stuff. I'm not exempt at all. It's based on our past in most cases. Now, people say to me, "Oh, Jeff, I got this trait from my grandmother, my grandfather, whoever it may be," and I accept that as a possibility. The question is then you still have to make your own life, and you have to break the chain, the generational curse, if that's what it is. All right. So once again, which ways have you been conditioned? Who has conditioned you? Who have turned down, dimmed your light? All right. So what I want to do now is just move into asking you some questions for you to really start thinking about this stuff and try to discover and pull up the things that may be holding you back, if anything is holding you back. But
I'm
first
sorry,
of all,
Jeffrey, 1 second. Did you want people to answer that first question, who has conditioned them?
I want them to write that down.
Okay. Got it.
But if anybody I'm gonna I'll go ahead and I'll answer questions at the end. I'll be more than happy to stay on as long as I need to answer questions. I can stay on till 9 o'clock tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be able to stay on and answer any questions you may have. What else? So let's look at some questions that we can ask ourselves. What I want you to do is write this down. Something I believe about. I want you to focus on 3 areas. 3 areas I want you to focus on: relationships, yourself, and money. Focus on those 3 areas: relationships, yourself, and money. And here's the question I want you to ask yourself, but just take one at a time. So right now, do self. We're coming into a new year. So just do self right now. And here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Something I believe about myself is, just write that down. Something I believe about myself is. And write down whatever comes to mind. Don't judge it. Don't think about it, just write it. And write down what comes to your mind. Something I believe about myself is, and write down what comes to mind, and continue writing. What is it that you believe about yourself? What's the narrative that you've been telling yourself for the last, I don't know how old you are, the last 20 years, 30 years? What's the narrative you've been giving yourself? What have you talked yourself into? And what have you talked yourself out of? Sometimes we talk ourselves into good things, and sometimes we talk ourselves into things we know we shouldn't do. But we spend a lot of time talking ourselves out of things we should do. And when you write down the question, something I believe about myself is, then write what else? And what else? And what else? Go at least 3 deep. What else do you believe about yourself? And I want you to do the same exercise with money. The same exercise with money. And with relationships. Not now. That's just for you to do over the holidays. So when the new year come in, you can be very clear on what you need to break down, because this is a very educated audience. So I'm pretty sure you know about affirmations and visualizations, although we can go through a quick exercise with that also if time allows. All right, so we have that now. Good. Now here's the question I want you to write down once again. I want you to think about this. How has this belief that you just wrote down, the number one, the first one you wrote down a couple. I want the first one. Actually, I'll let you choose which one you want to work on. You wrote down a few of them. It could be the first one, second one, third one, but choose one you want to work on. Just choose one you want to work on that you wrote down. Just something I believe about myself is, and you wrote something down, choose one you want to work on. And I want you to take it through this question. How has this belief been beneficial or detrimental to your life, to you in your life? How has this belief been beneficial or detrimental to you in your life? How has this belief been beneficial or detrimental to you in your life? All right. I'll say it one more time. How has this belief been beneficial or detrimental to you in your life? The question is also in the chat. Second question. What did I avoid by having this belief? What did I avoid by having this belief? What did I avoid by having this belief? Third question, who would you be without that belief? If you didn't have that belief you just wrote down, who would you be? How would your life be different? How would you see the world? How would you move through the world? How would you respond to other people or situations if you didn't have that belief? Would it bring you closer to being an original? Would it bring you closer to that audacious authenticity? Will you stop having to fit in or wanting to fit in? Is it okay to be a standout? Is it okay to be successful? Is it okay to be happy? If you didn't have that belief, would you turn your light up brighter and stop? Sometimes we play small to make other people feel good. Would you be willing to do that if you got rid of that belief? Now I want you, what would you rather believe instead? What would you rather believe instead? What would you rather believe instead? See, one of the problems is that we play small to make other people feel comfortable. There is a spark of divinity inside of us, but we're always looking outside for the answers. The answer's already inside of us. I'm sure you've heard this before. And I think that as this 2022 come in, we gotta really consider, do we wanna die a copy? Do you want to, and I don't mean to sound grim about it, but do you want to live as a copy? Or do you want to live as an original? Do you really want to step into the power that was given to you to manifest and to co-create with the creator, something that probably or possibly never been created before? I was talking to one of the staff members and she told me that she wanted to find her purpose. That's a whole different workshop. As a matter of fact, I've only done that workshop in Africa. I've never even done it in the United States about finding your purpose. I'm gonna tell everybody what I believe their purpose is right now. I could be absolutely wrong, but I believe that everyone's purpose is to be of service. The question that you have to figure out is how. How are you to be of service? That's the only thing you have to figure out. And most people already know what their purpose is. They're just afraid to move forward, to go for it. And I know that feeling. I was afraid for 30 years to do it full time. So I'm well aware of that feeling of being afraid to move forward. So what I want to do is I'm going to lead you in an affirmation that hopefully will help you be recognized and remember who you are and what your potential really is. Because once again, you were born an original. So they say, don't live as a copy. Always remember that no matter how tough get, no matter how challenging things get, how tough things get or challenges get, that you still have time. There's no such thing as failure. I use the word failure, but there's no such thing as failure to me, only feedback. So I'm going to do this meditation really quickly for us. I'll lead you through it, and then I will open the floor for Q&A. I'll be more to answer any question that you may have. All right. So it's the I Am affirmation by one of my spiritual teachers, Master Choa Kasui. You may have heard it before, but I will be sending energy at the same time I'm saying the affirmation. So I would advise you to close your eyes, relax, and just absorb. Say, we are one. We are one. We are one. Just think to yourself. And repeat it the first time after me. I am that I am. And really focus on the words. I am that I am. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am connected in one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. Just want you to just be still and be aware. I am a child of God. Or I'm a child of source. I'm a child of creator, however you want to refer to it. I am connected to, I use the word source, to source. I am one with source. I am one with all. I am that I am. This is the truth. Regardless of the ability of your mind to experience the truth. I am that I am. Be still, be aware. And this time I don't want to repeat it. Just say, we are one again. We are one. We are one. And just relax. You have to repeat it. I'm going to say it this time, you have to repeat it at all. You are the soul. You're not the body. Imagine if you shed your shell. You're not your emotions. Just peel the story off and release the emotions. You're not the mind. You're not your thoughts. Imagine you are a divine being of divine intelligence. Just let yourself go. Divine love and divine power. Imagine now that you are connected in one with your higher soul. Give yourself to experience it. Give yourself permission to experience it. It's okay to experience the connection between you and your higher soul. You are one with the divine spark within you. It's okay to experience it. You are a child of the Creator. What's it like to be a child with the Creator and to co-create? I am connected with the Creator. Ooh, allow yourself to feel that connection with the Creator. Come on, relax. It's okay to feel it. I am one with the Creator. Allow your consciousness to continue to expand, if you will. I am one, you are one with all. You are one with the Creator, you are one with all. This is the truth. Regardless of your mind's capacity to experience the truth, you are a soul. Now allow this energy, or allow yourself, with the help of your spiritual guides and visible helpers, the help of your ancestors, absorb, assimilate, purify, revitalize, transform, and heal, and update across all time, space, dimension, reality, and generations. And so it is. Well, 3 minutes over. So now we have time. I'm willing, but I want to say something with you first. I want you to believe, no matter how tough it gets, tough things get, no matter how challenging they get or anything else, family, what I would love for you to do is to believe in your story, to believe in your story. No matter where you are on that journey, sometimes things get hard. Sometimes things become challenging. But family, if we're going to change and get out of a state of suffering, we got to believe in our journey, no matter where we are, all the way to the end, and develop that audacious authenticity. So you just don't care what they say, how they talk about you. I think you're weird. Don't worry about fitting in. No one great has ever fit in. And the greatness is inside you. So 2022, don't even think about giving up on yourself. You march forward with more courage and with that audacious authenticity like you never have before. And you make a freaking difference in this world. because that's what you're here to do. God bless you. Thank you. Namaste. And if there are any questions,
Ashe.
I'm open for any questions. If there are any questions.
If you have a question, you can come off of mute and ask, or you can put your questions in the chat. But everybody is saying namaste, namaste, Brother Jeffrey.
Yeah, I would suggest that people raise their hand in the event that there are multiple people that want to share. We don't want multiple people coming off of mute. I see Afriye.
Good morning. When you
Morning.
said to be one with the Creator, my Creator immediately was Mother Africa, and I joined myself with the trees in Africa. That was just like I've never, ever, ever had such a beautiful experience like that, and I want to thank you for this.
Thank you, sister. Anyone else have a question?
Let's go back to the questions that you asked earlier. Everyone pull out your notes. What was the answer to the first question? And that was, what conditioned you? Who has conditioned you? You have it in your notes. Please share with us.
Either people that make notes or I do some more meditations if you want me to. No, I'm just kidding. My time is up. I appreciate everybody that did come on, though. If there are no questions, then
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess people are in deep reflection right now.
Okay.
Oh, here goes Desiree Thomas.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Desiree.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, we hear you, sis.
Oh, okay. Could you talk about audacious authenticity?
What that means, I spoke about it basically indirectly, but sometimes we play small so other people can feel comfortable. Whether it's in relationships, whether it's at our jobs, we try to fit in, we try to make sure that we don't shake the barrel too much. Audacious authenticity means that you're going to be yourself no matter where you are, who you're around, and what you're doing, because no matter what we do, and no matter how hard we try, we're not going to please everybody. We're just not going to please everybody, no matter how we try. So I say, just be authentic and be who you are. There are very few authentic people in the world. When you meet people, they have on this mask. If you ever dated before, the first 6 months are great. And then after that, you start seeing who the person really is, or something like that happens. The job seems to be one way in the beginning. You find out after you've been there 2 or 3 weeks, it's not what they said. It's not even some stuff you're doing is not even the job description. And then what we do there, instead of being ourselves, we try to fit in. We try to make it okay. It's not always okay to make things okay, because sometimes, I put it this way, sometimes when you make things okay a lot, you give away a little bit of yourself, because you have now broken off a part of you that was in place, but because you want to fit in, you broke off that little part of you and given it to this organization, this person, this situation. So to be authentically audacious, is matter just being audaciously authentic. I'm just up the words now. You have to be able to withstand what comes at you when you decide to stand. When you decide to have your light shine, you have to be willing to take what comes with it. You got to know that there are going to be people jealous of you, because there are people who have invested in you being the way you are right now. And they don't want to see you get any better. They don't want to see you change. They love the way you are right now. And that's where they want you to stay. And being audaciously authentic means you're not having that no more. It's a matter of you saying yes to yourself and no to everything else that does not serve your authenticity. That's what I mean by it.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you, Desiree. And Brother Jeffrey, I just wanted to let you know that a lot of people have responded in the chat in terms of who conditioned them, like their parents, the mothers, the schools. I think one person said, Western said, this society, its culture, modern day hip hop, R&B, family, the whole 9 yards. She said, but public school was the worst experience in their life.
And all that is true. I agree with all that. But this is the way I teach my students. So what, now what? All that is true. There's no doubt about all those things help condition us, not just y'all, me too. I'm part of the family. I look like, I'm part of the family. So I've been conditioned the same way too. But the question is, so what? They've done this. Now what? If we continue to allow them to do this and continue to fall into that victim mentality, then guess what? They won. They want us to feel like victims. They don't want us to wear our crowns. They want us to feel like victims. And we fall into that. And what I'm saying is, being audaciously authentic, we have to decide whether or not that's the way we want to live our life. Do you want to copy everything else, or do we want to be the original we were put here to be? Everything is already there. And they want us to think that way. They want us to give in. They want us to cow down. And they do everything to break our spirits. Luckily, with Wake Up Community, you have a community you can come to. You have people you can come to. There are things you can do, but you have to begin if you choose to. It's a choice. If you choose to find your voice. And don't look for everybody else to hear your voice sometimes. You want others to hear your voice, but you want to hear your voice. And you want to change the quality of the questions you ask yourself and the quality of things that you say to yourself, so you can walk into 2022 and be bold and be bodacious and be okay with being that way. Instead of just, dimming your light so you can feel comfortable. Because anytime you do anything that's going to be connected to spiritual growth, you're going to be uncomfortable. You're stepping outside your comfort zone. In 2022, every quarter, every other month, you do something, step outside your comfort zone and make it a new positive habit. Every other month, do something, step outside your comfort zone and make it a positive habit.
Brother Jeffrey, Karen Brown, I want to know if she's willing to come off of mute and talk with you to ask a question.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Jeffrey. So I sent to you, and I also sent to the co-host, and this is something I've been dealing with for decades, being a procrastinator. And what I'm speaking to you this morning is that I have an opportunity. There's a big, big job that will be absolutely perfect for in New York City. I have procrastinated on submitting my application, checking with all of my friends that I trust who know the field, and asking them, am I a good applicant? And I'm not sure why I won't send it in. I've filled it out. I look at myself on paper. I know how appropriate, excellent I would be for this job, and I just have not hit send. And when you're talking about being,
let me say this, because you've already given me enough information to do a whole workshop on.
okay.
One thing you said, you asking your friends if you're a good candidate.
Mm-hmm.
So you have doubt in your own mind. Suppose God wants to show you off, and you're in the way of that because you're inside your head asking people who matter in your life, but it's not going to be there speaking for you in your life. They're not going to be there showing up for you. Whether or not they think you're a good candidate. What in the heck do you think? It's your opinion that matters the most, because your opinion is going to dictate how you show up. So what do you think? If you go in there thinking, well, maybe I'm not a good candidate, I don't know, and that's the energy you're going to portray. And even if you put on an act and you act like you're confident, people can see through that stuff. They may not know what was not quite matching with them, but they'll notice something's off there. And what stops,
Yes.
what's stopping you? The question really is, what fear is stopping you? What's the fear that stop you from going for it?
Yeah.
And how do you know to have that fear? How do you even know to have the fear? That's the conditioning part. You know to have the fear because something told you or something happened in your life somewhere where you may have been going to an important interview and things didn't work out the way you wanted to work out. And you may have felt shocked about it, may have felt bad about it. But how many times have you won, sister? Write down your wins, write down your victories. Write down your victories and
Okay.
focus on those and then prepare for your presentation. But write down your victories. You're focusing on what you may not be focusing on at all, but if you're asking people, I'm assuming there's some kind of focus on maybe not me, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not smart enough, maybe I'm not tall enough, maybe I'm not short enough, maybe I'm not light enough, maybe I'm not dark enough.
Right.
But the question is, what's
Right.
stopping you? The divinity is already inside you. The God spirit is in you already, Queen. So you got to step up to the plate and act like it. And I say that with love and with compassion. That's the way I feel. I run into people
Right.
every day that keep dimming their light. No, it's time for you to shine your light.
Okay. Okay.
Ashe. So Karen, what are you gonna do?
Thank you. I'm gonna hit send.
Ashe.
And I'm also going to write down my list of wins. I will do what Jeffrey told me to do, and look at that whenever I have doubt.
Ashe.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. So Jeffrey, any last things you want to say?
I always tell people to pull back the curtains of fear, doubt, and worry. Pull back the curtains of fear, doubt, and worry. And I ask them to allow God to show them off. Just allow God to show them off. Like I always say, we were born in religion, so don't die a copy. And we have to remember also that there are lots of artists in the world. Some artists are really well known, really, really famous, have artwork all over the place. And some of the artwork go for $10 million, $3 million, $14 million for a piece of art that looked like my granddaughter threw some paint on the wall. And some of you know what I mean by that. But these things are considered masterpieces. But I don't think that we really realize a lot of times, or we forget. We were born with the knowledge, but we kind of forgot that we are God's masterpiece, their masterpiece. That there are people that I will never be able to touch, that Jacqueline may touch, or Mimi may touch, or Michael may touch, or Abdul may touch, that I won't be able to touch. But you have to remember that you are the answer to someone's prayer. No matter how big or small the answer may be, that someone is praying for you to be a blessing in their lives. And part of your service, part of your purpose is service. And in service, you are blessing others' lives. So I'd like to thank the whole family of the Wake Up community for inviting me, for having me, and for extending my time, although it just kind of happened naturally. I appreciate all you've been doing. I appreciate, I ask you to continue to lift your founder, Shawnee, up, because I've known her for a little while now. And I saw Jasmine's name up there, and and all the rest of the family, thank you for the opportunity. I hope that I've been a blessing to the people as you have been a blessing by allowing me to speak. Namaste.
Ashe. So family, take a look at Jeffrey's special offer. Jeffrey, do you want to speak to this?
Yes. There are a number of different things that are available to us that sometimes our community is not introduced to. And one thing is what we call a bioscan. We're talking about the spiritual body. Well, a lot of people know we have a physical anatomy. What a lot of people don't know is that we have a spiritual anatomy also. And that the spiritual anatomy of things that we call the chakras. So most of you heard about chakras and auras. That's part of the spiritual anatomy. I consider that the spiritual anatomy. There are machines that can actually tell you what's going on in your spiritual anatomy, or I'll say your body field. And that can help you prevent disease, identify disease, but more important, or illness, not disease, illnesses. Let me change that. Imbalances in the spiritual body. But the part I like about this particular scan is the mind body part of it. And I like that particular part of it because it allows me, when I work with my clients, to get an insight as to things that they have buried. See, emotions buried alive never die. They show up as illness 20, 30, 40 years later. They show up as cancer. They show up as high blood pressure. They show up as heart disease. They show up as diabetes. These things don't just start in our bodies. They've been festering in our bodies for years, and finally gets to a breaking point, and then it shows up. The unfortunate thing is that doctors can't measure it until it becomes physicalized. But there are a number of you out there, I'm sure, that have been to a doctor and they say there's nothing at all wrong with you, but you know something's going on. And that's because their instruments cannot measure or do not measure the spiritual anatomy. So this particular scan does not measure it, it just evaluates the frequencies of it, and the frequencies of health and the frequencies of a blockage that may be occurring or have occurred. So I use the scan with all of my clients. I always charge $150 for it because between the scan and the reading, it takes about an hour, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. But I'm offering this to the people because I want you to begin to realize that there's different things, different opportunities out there for your healing. This is one tool that will give you a good idea of what's going on inside your energy body, which then affects your physical body. Everything starts in the energy body before it goes to the physical. All illness starts in the energy body, and all illness is disruption of the flow of energy going through your body. Anything wrong with you, there's a disruption in the flow of energy that's going through your body. That's what it is. 99% of the time, it's a disruption. Fibroids, blockage. No matter what you name, there's a blockage. Heart disease or blockages. It has stopped the energy flow, or it has deterred or distracted the energy flow, so it goes in a different direction than it should be going to communicate to your entire body. So this scan, once again, is an opportunity for you to take a look at yourself. Take a look at what's going on inside the energy body, your energy field. Take a look at what's going on mentally you may have forgot about that could be causing some of these things. It's going after the cause. I'm not supposed to use the treat. When we deal with people, we like to try to find the cause of the illness, not the symptom. Most people chase symptoms. We chase the cause. And that's why the Noble Touch has invested in this type of platform to be able to do that, to help people become well. So it's offered for the first 10 people. It's usually $150. So it's only gonna be $50 for the first 10 people. And that's all I can say. But I'll tell you one thing, you'll be surprised how much is gonna pop up. I guarantee you that. You'll be surprised what comes up, very surprised what comes up.
Ashe. So family, take a screenshot of this so you can have Brother Jeffrey's information and so that you can reach out to him. Ashe. And this is also Brother Noble's contact information. Again, please screenshot it so you have his telephone number, his Facebook handle, his Instagram handle, email, and his website. Ashe. Now tomorrow, family, wow, we have Rona Reset 4, sowing the seeds of change and growth. And this will be facilitated by Robin Stone. And then on Wednesday, which is I believe the 4th day of Kwanzaa, embracing the power in our purpose. And there'll be a number of facilitators to take us through that as well. But then on Thursday, more goodness continues to unfold with the end of the year performances. And a number of performances will take place on that day. So we have a lot of greatness coming up, family, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I just want to encourage everyone to come back. And if there are any new members, anyone who just stepped in today because you wanted to hear Brother Noble speak, Ashe, welcome, because we welcome new guests all the time. And we encourage you to keep coming back. There's one thing here in the Wake Up Everybody community. We're all here because we want to learn. We want to learn, but we also want to elevate. right? Our thoughts. And we want to ascend, to seriously raise our vibration, because that's where the change happens. So I just want to encourage each and every one of you to not, thank you for being here today, but also to keep coming back. I think somebody said woo is like a box of chocolate, and I love chocolate, especially dark chocolate, because you never know what you're going to get, but you always know it's going to be absolutely delicious. So one way that you can stay in touch with us is screenshot our schedule. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we have 90-minute classes, workshops, presentations. And on Mondays and Wednesday, we have 30-minute workshops and presentations, although sometimes, may go a little over. But the real thing I want to encourage you to do is to become a part of our text nation. So if you are on your phone, or if you can get your phone, I would ask you to just take a second, go into your phone and create a text message. Okay? And for the sender, you want to put this number in, which is 74121. So you're going to send a text message to 74121. Include your name, your email address, and your telephone number. And this is one way that we will ensure that every day you get a text message before the class, letting you know who's speaking and a link to just come on in. So join our text nation family. And as any family, we have our own store. We have some beautiful swag up in there. It's Kwanzaa time. And even past the Christmas time, you can still go in there to buy some. We have these mugs, awesome mugs. We have these thermoses, we have bags. Oh, but we have a journal. 2022, everybody must have a journal, right? Because we have to journal. The questions that Brother Jeffrey spoke to us about is a great way to begin. So there's a lot of information there. So you can screenshot this and go and just buy to your heart's content. So thank you, family. We want you to stay in touch. And these are the number of ways you can stay in touch with us, whether it be Facebook, right, Instagram, YouTube, register for all of our classes, and email us. If there are any questions that you may have, any suggestions, email us. So we have concluded this phenomenal day. I just want to again thank everyone, every single one of you, for coming to being a part of this phenomenal event. And I'm going to take, I'm just going to ask you to come off of mute and just thank Brother Jeffrey for his time. And then we're going to bring our meeting to a close. But please just take a couple of minutes, please, to come off of mute.
Thank you, King
Thank
Jeff.
Brother
We
Jeff.
love
So
you.
Thank
much.
you.
Love you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for doing
very
the
much.
Thank you, Brother
amazing
Jeff, for your
service.
nice
amazing
work,
work.
It
child.
was
Thank
perfect,
you.
man of
Thank
God.
you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank
That's
you.
sweet.
Black man of God,
Very nice,
Support everybody.
inspiring
very nice,
people,
Oh
living your
boy.
very
life on
nice.
purpose. Continue to let God show you off. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome, Jeff.
Beautiful.
Being an awesome teacher
Cool.
and mentor. This is my
Appreciate you.
teacher and mentor. I love him. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Have a
you,
blessed
Wes.
day, everyone. A man of
Peace and
service.
blessing. Haven't seen you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Everything
for your
good stuff.
service. Thank you for your service.
Peace and
Thank you.
blessing. Thank you. Love y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Let
sir.
God show you off, family.
Yep. Let him show
Let
you
God
off.
show you off.
Great day. Peace and
Peace
blessing.
and love. We continue to ascend together.
Jersey is helping more New Jerseyans get quality coverage they can afford.
Peace, love. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.